Hi everyone, welcome back. We are here in Loures, Lisbon, Portugal at the 5G as a Service meeting. And we're here to discuss a bit about the project, learn a bit more about the 5G as a Service project. And for that, I have with me 4 representatives of 4 of the companies and entities that are a part of the consortium. To my right, Hélio Simeão, the coordinator and the representative of Ubiware. Then we have Sérgio Pinto from Redes, Alfonso Hergio from i2CAT, and Simon Pryor from Accelera. And they are here today with us to help us understand a bit more each entity's contribution to the project and the general idea of the 5G as a Service solution. So my first question to all of you guys is, how exactly does your entity or company contribute to the 5G as a Service solution, and how can we see it within the general solution? So not only your contribution, but how it plays within the general solution.
Thank you, Anna. So as you said, we are the coordinators, and basically we are developing the front end, so the user interface that's not only companies like MNOs or like MVNOs and service providers, but also vertical customers can interact with. So either it be to publish an offer or to purchase one, you need to interact with the user interface, and that's what we're developing. And then of course, working very closely with Nextworks, with i2CAT, to do the entire workflow, so that the components speak with each other. But of course, my colleagues will speak a little bit more about their work as well. So that's pretty much what we do.
Hello. So from eREDS, the perspective of an utility. So connectivity is core today for the functioning of the utilities. And so we bring the use cases, trying to push forward the capabilities that 5G and virtualization can bring to the market. So we are very interested in more resilient systems with strict guarantee of quality of service. Neutral hosting scenarios are also very interesting for a utility. And last but not the least, also to understand better the potential around the infrastructure that a utility also has in its assets.
Okay, from i2CAT, our main contribution to the project is to provide all the software network orchestration assets that we have and we are currently developing for the project, and taking this in advantage, we added a layer of integration with blockchain, and in particular smart contracts that can automatically account for this orchestration inside a business environment. So basically, that's the main contribution from i2CAT to the project. So we can perform dynamic configuration of advanced software networks use cases, and at the same time have an accountability model of these solutions and these services, basically. Well.
So Accelera is a Belgium SME. We provide the underlying 5G system, so a system that conforms all to the standards, such you can use any standardized 5G devices to connect to the system, yet at the same time being open and flexible and programmable to allow the higher levels to program us to be suited for specific types of business applications.
Thank you to all of you for explaining to us how you are all working towards this complex solution that includes all of your contributions. But I think what everyone wants to understand better is, being a complex solution and diverse in terms of target audience and in terms of possibility of verticals to which it can be applied, how can we expect, in your opinion, so possibility for different opinions here, how can we expect for it to be accepted and employed in the future?
currently the systems today have been large networks provided by big public mobile network operators. But the true promise of 5G is bringing new types of applications, new types of networks. And this involves a much more flexible use of spectrum to allow you to transmit at different frequency bands, but also allows you new business models. So new players for running smaller networks, new types of customers using these networks. And so 5G as a service is a very innovative platform to allow you to configure these networks, because the new players coming onto the market will not understand the complexities of 5G networks. So making it easy to roll out services, provide the connectivity you need in a very simplified way. You pay for what you use, and I think it's that business model that is very innovative. So the market is still evolving, but there's a strong potential throughout Europe and beyond, I think, for a lot of new business networks to utilize the models that we've been trying to promote within the project.
Yes, one of the things is about this the adoption from new players that can interact with advanced software application, the software network application and virtualization in a decentralized marketplace that does not have a central authority that more or less lets all the stakeholders that participate in it to interact both automatically with advanced applications that were basically most complex for SMEs, so lowering the barrier of entrance, and at the same time easing the way that this business can make economic profit from their services and their infrastructure, basically.
Well, I think I will not add much on what is already been said, but as playing the actual role of final customer vertical, I see this technology even useful in the perspective of private deployment. So basically, in a big sector, you have multiple internal customers, internal use cases. And so the flexibility you have in 5G as a service to have your own BSS to provision and segment networks is very powerful. Because today we have strict rules about quality of service and security. And I think, of course, there is an outside market, outside potential to bring new players. But even looking at a specific vertical, it's very interesting the way you can now build networks as a service, even if it is in a private environment. And of course, we expect this kind of system to be able, because it's standard in its core, to be able to interact with other offers from the market. So I think there is much potential here.
Yeah, just to add a little bit from a kind of a software house or an SME perspective, because I think that 5G is a network with a brain, right? And I think what maybe it's missing for this sort of products to be a bit more evangelized, I guess, if you want to call it, it's to have more open networks, maybe through open APIs. There's, for example, the Camara project initiative. There are other stuff. I think even Nokia has like network as code. There are some steps on that direction, but the goal is that right now, so you want connectivity, you're limited to very already predefined packages and connectivity offerings. And I think what we are exploring here, it's to have much more tailored connectivity options, but that can also be, for example, ephemeral, so that you only need it for a day, for a week, for, I don't know, and a very specific, you only pay for what you use, like what Simon was saying, and very well. So I think that's kind of the innovative also that we can bring, and we can help push a little bit in with this use case here in Arredes, in Loures. And also just to not forget, because so they'll be here later, but so Nextworks also does quite amount with the translation rules between business requirements and network requirements. So that's also something that I think these sort of platforms can bring, right? So that it's much easier, because when you are an utility, and even, okay, you guys already run your own network, so you guys are actually have quite a lot of knowledge, but you know, if you are other sort of company or a smaller company that you might not have that know-how, you want even to know which type of network or slice you need, that can be tricky. So to have this translation capabilities that we have in this marketplace, Five Guys marketplace. I think it's very good as well, and then can lower the entry barrier in terms of knowledge that it's needed for a potential customer to interact. So I think that's kind of very much needed, because stuff is getting really complicated. But if you can, simplify stuff, have some kind of let's call it technological empathy, I guess, that I think a product that Apple does it very well. So to make it stuff very easy to use, I think that's also a very innovative, let's say, feature that we can, or solution that we can bring. So yeah, thank you.
So thank you all for explaining to us exactly what we can expect from 5G as a service and what you believe will be the future of the technology. That's it from my side, and thank you so much for your help. Thank you.